this is their original Bisque Concealer. It's that same mineral formula that you know and love with bareMinerals, right? The one that looks like a powder, but it goes on so creamy and gives you the most radiant coverage. This is their hero concealer. Whether it's under eyes, whether it's blemishes, even if you want to use this as your summer foundation just to touch up a few spots, you're good to go. Now today, we've got a QVC price where you're going to get 2 of your Bisque concealers, and you're also going to get this flawless application brush. It's under $39 for both, and then you pick your shade. So normally you would spend about $86 because each concealer is $26, and then that brush is a $34 value. So what, for like a few dollars more than just the brush, you're getting 2 of your original concealers. Oh my gosh, here, Jessica Faust, come on in, because you'll also help us pick our perfect shade.
I will.
Jessica's been part of the bareMinerals team for many years. You've seen like the evolution of the brand, but you know it's never gone away. The core of minerals.
I was thinking about, as I was driving here today, I was thinking about for a concealer to be around for almost 3 decades. Is really completely unheard of because it's so unique, it's so different, and it just works. So if you struggle to find your perfect cream or liquid concealer, we're going to show you, while this looks like a powder, it applies like a cream, it doesn't settle, it's completely weightless, and there's just 4 simple shades to choose from.
So there's the original, because if memory serves me right, it started out as an eyeshadow.
It started its life as an eyeshadow, and we're going to see that in that demonstration. But that was the original Bisque, and it was doing so well that we said, what are you guys doing with it? You all, our customers, turned it into concealer. So original is, you can see, a little bit cooler, and that's for the fair to light range. Summer Bisque is great for warmer light, medium, even into a lighter tan. Honey Bisque is true tan complexions, and then Deep Bisque is for dark to rich complexions.
Okay, so I'm gonna use a little summer.
Here.
It's the same like swirl tap.
Okay, and this brush though, Allie, is like the best.
Okay, tell us about the brush.
So you put a little in the lid like you did. A little bit goes, there you go. Okay, we're gonna use this brush. So this brush is exclusive here. Not only is it a triangle shape, it's cut at an angle. So when you swirl tap buff and you bring this to the face, which you're gonna demonstrate in a moment, look at how easily the triangle is able to get right into the corner pocket of the eye area so easily. And then you can use the flat side to blend it through.
Or it could be around the nose. I have a couple like little remnant scars from friends that visited me on a monthly basis. I can easily get right by the lip line. And look at the difference.
I mean, the glow.
That's pretty dramatic.
The luminosity. And this has, while it looks like a powder, it's just crushed minerals. So what that means is when it blends on the skin, it doesn't look heavy, it doesn't look cakey, there's no talc in this, there's no parabens, there's nothing in it to irritate the skin. So it's also good for you at the same time.
That's the difference. Take a look at as Sheila's applying.
She's in the honey
That's the
Bisque.
difference of this with any other concealer, is that it gives you this amazing coverage, but your skin looks so luminous and radiant.
And then that's what, so everybody's a little bit different with what they're concealing. So for Sheila, you'll see in her before shot, she is dealing with some, as you can see, brown, some. You can see her pigmentation there on the outer part of her lower, of her cheeks. And what she's able to do with this is you cannot detect a concealer. So for maybe some of you, it's brown spots like this. Maybe it's redness. Maybe it's broken capillaries. Maybe it's the occasional blemish. So it really, I always say it's the things that you're the hardest on when you look in the mirror. You're like, oh, I wish I didn't have those under eye circles. I wish I didn't have that. This is going to look like you're erasing to perfect skin. It fits perfectly before or after foundation, and it works with a cream foundation, a powder foundation, a liquid foundation. So that's what makes it so versatile.
That's a good point. You don't have to, if you're using bareMinerals as a foundation, awesome.
Yeah.
But also you can be using whatever you're loving.
Correct.
And you can still use a mineral-based concealer. Under the eyes, it brightens, you look alive, so good, like Sheila. Look awake, Sheila. Like it really does waken up, like kind of make everything look rested and alert. But then you also get that great coverage. You're gonna get 2 and the brush. It's a few dollars more than what you would spend on the brush alone. You're also getting 2 of your Bisque concealers. We have the original Bisque, so if you know and love the original, go there. Right. But then you step up to the summer
Summer, it has a little bit more warmth to it. So if
Okay.
you have a little more golden to your skin, anywhere in that light, medium, or even a lighter tan, you can go with that Summer Bisque.
That's what I use today.
That's what I'm in as well.
Okay.
But sometimes I switch to original, and you said you do the same thing. Honey Bisque you just saw on Sheila, so true tan complexions, and then Deep Bisque for our dark to richest skin tones.
So maybe you might find in the summer, you might use both. You might find you could go Summer Bisque
Yeah.
or you could go the honey because you're using Summer Bisque maybe to brighten under the eyes
That's
and then
right.
you're using another to conceal that would match your foundation
And that
shade.
works perfectly.
Look at that
So-
luminosity.
So look, I mean, so here it is, but as I put this on, you're going to see, you can't detect it. It applies like a cream, but look at that beautiful silky coverage.
Yes.
And the little bit of luminosity that comes naturally through the minerals. And Allie, we haven't even hit yet on the SPF of 20 that's built in there,
You're right.
also through the minerals. Here's you're seeing that brush. It's so soft. It was specifically designed to blend this loose mineral concealer. And like I said, it's not only cut in a triangle, but it's cut on an angle, so it sweeps perfectly under that eye area. We're gonna see Chantal demonstrate this because I want you to really see when you get this home and you're saying, okay, I've never thought I could do something that looks like a powder concealer, a loose powder concealer at that, but you can see there's no talc in this. Chantal is able to stripe this right down the redness in her cheek area and get that coverage. And then just a little bit of buffing, work out of the lid, sprinkle a little minerals in
Yeah.
there, and that's where the magic happens. But it is so soft on the skin. It's so immediately concealing, but it feels good. And because there's no oils in it, it's not gonna travel. So if you're using this under the eye, as Chantal's taking it there also, and she's taking it on other areas of the face, a lot of times we see that oil, we see that buildup in any of like fine lines and wrinkles on the eye, not with this product.
Because the cream
good.
is what gets sloppy.
Yeah.
And moves and mixes and like becomes sludgy on your face. The minerals won't.
And Chantal has
That
this
makes
on.
so much sense.
She has this on all over. It's so beautiful. And she's in the Summer Bisque, so
Okay.
that is that shade for the light, medium, even into a lighter tan. But look at this coverage that she's able to get on deep, deep redness, but in its pigmentation, it's broken capillaries. So whatever you're looking in the mirror and saying, ugh, I wish I could just erase that back to my younger years, or even, you know, if things, even before things start to pop up. The SPF of 20 also on a blemish
It's
or an H
protective.
spot. We don't want those to get darker, so it's really helping to protect with that mineral coverage.
You might find in the summer, you can just do a couple spot treatments.
Yeah.
You know, coverage, because this is such a multitasker when you have that Bisque. The Bisque concealer, it's so much more than just a concealer. And it's gonna do what other concealers can't do because it's like a powder in its texture,
That's right.
but goes on so creamy. I mean, every model that you're looking at, whether it was
It's so
Sheila, here Pam, there's this like luminosity and the radiance to their skin. You don't get that with like a full coverage concealer.
You don't, and it's because the minerals give this creamy, creamy texture. So the moment it touches your skin, it warms up and it really becomes your concealer. That is why this is a host favorite.
Yeah.
This is a fan favorite. This started its life as an eyeshadow, and it was a great kind of concealing eyeshadow if you have any blue or red tones to the lid of your eye. And then all of you turned it into now the range of 4 shades. You're seeing Pam in the original Bisque.
Wow.
Look at this. Pam has been a fan of this from, you know, almost 3 decades ago when we brought this here, because it doesn't aggravate any breakouts she may have. It doesn't
Right.
irritate her sensitive skin. And that's why I'm telling you, we truly are the first to give you makeup that acts like skincare. And that should be happening, particularly when you wear a concealer.
You get the brush.
Got almost 4 million of these sold at QVC. Did you know that?
An $86 value? Well, I know I'm a purchaser. Okay, so original Bisque, Summer Bisque, Honey Bisque, Deep Bisque, no Lobster Bisque? Maybe next time for Foodie Fest?
Right, that's where original came from. Like, why is it Bisque?
Like, no, we don't want the redness. Like, that's what we're trying to avoid. Jessica Faust,
No.
thank you so much. If you want the original.
Good to see you.
There's only 1,300 to go around. Summer is very popular, fewer than 2,000. Honey Bisque, we have 400. Deep Bisque, there's only 300 remaining. Oh, one time a year to get that duo with the angled brush. Okay, I'm so excited to show you something from Jay. This is their iconic box chain.